My goal is to make people who had the same life as me want to be writers. Like, at the end of the day, everyone wants to be a rapper or a ball player, well, something in entertainment. And I think that people haven't yet figured out that you can maintain your sense of self. Once they accept me as who I am, it gives license to another person from the same kind of background to do what I'm doing. And hopefully they see that and they say, you know what, maybe I don't want to be a basketball player. Maybe I want to write. And if more people do that, then there'll be more of our voices on the page for other people to recognize and feel like they have a voice.
Okay, I'm reading something called OVERSOUL. It's a section of a short story that I'm still working on, I guess. There's no setup for it. You can lose yourself in increments, this many and that many month stretches at a time. One morning you slug out of a tiny bunk in some building bordered by razor wire in your 20s. Where the fuck are they? A few sets later, half your 30s, vamoosed. Left your sorry self in a nasty communal bathroom, plucking stubborn gray hairs out of your chin while mourning the immutable fact your once superior hairline has begun a full-fledged recession. What's worse is you lost all of this, and what's left to covet is reaching a few days till last wake up. Here's how it goes when you touch down. There's the festivities and visits from people you ain't seen since the last time you were home, or maybe a time or two for a distracted weekend visit during the first few months of your set. How it goes if you come home to a short stash is, if you're lucky, you get kicks from a female or fam or homeboys, the ones that not only say they want to see you back on your feet, but confirm they're beyond fat-mouthing by tossing your impecunious ass a few bucks. Those first few days, weeks, back in the free world, you see all of mankind's progress in the blink of an eye. When you left, we just invented the wheel, but now, we're flying spaceships. Unless you're a sucker square, home sweet home equals an abundance of has-beens, ready to pay homage to your new, but let's keep it real, most times temporary, swollen biceps with a shot of refurbished pussy. But sooner or later, after you inhale those early emancipated breaths, inevitably sooner rather than later, you end up gaping into the maw of the real, live, wide, apathetic, show me what you're gonna do this time cosmos. A position that clarifies options for even the most imbecilic of niggas. Be who you were, be who you thought you could be somebody brand new altogether. Welcome back is what the sign says, and you think this brand new me was popping the fams just came home cherry with today's turnout. My mama, my sis, and baby bro, my twins, my fine woman, all convened on the porch, cheering and carrying on, while I lugged my luggage, a state-issued trash bag, up our rickety front steps. A trillion pats on shoulders built from a consistent season on the pal, plus yet another faithful push and pull-up regimen. So many encouraging words, all I can hear is a hella loud drone. Uncle Sip is in the backyard, stooped over a billowing grill, wielding a long spatula, a semi-empty brew sitting on the side table with the meat. Somebody, no doubt one of my young geek nephews, has rigged our giant home speakers so they reach the patchy hillocked lawn. There's an old soulful voice welling across them, so you know one of the grown folks is gangster DJing duties. My oldest aunt two-steps and nods his unkempt salt and pepper natural and keeps right on warbling along to the chorus till he sees me eyeing him from the porch. What it is, nephew, he says. What it is, what it ain't, and what shall it be? Unc, I say, you know. My response, I mean literally. Unc's the only one in the whole fam who's logged more time in the system than me. One of those old heads who, when you're facing new charges, can quote your prospective sentence under the new and old guidelines. Who's probably spent most of his adult years on probation, parole, house arrest, judge-ordered community service, mandatory outpatient drug program, city-funded intervention, clean slate, fresh start, second chance, on some form of paper. But Unc's illustrious stage, see fold-up tables scattered around the yard, see the bushes trimmed to neat shapes, see here and there adults and a few sneaky youngsters circumventing potholes with styrofoam cups in hand, see a dominoes game at a shaded corner table with one of my oil-tongued cousins harangue some dudes who don't at all look familiar except they resemble in dress and bearing the old heads who parlay in the neighborhood preaching advice they didn't have the brains to follow themselves. While I preside over the scene, my woman taps my arm and motions me to follow. My word, from the front and back, my baby girl is a champion. But the cool part is, her physicality ain't even the half. Yeah, ask any old head, and he'll warn against bestowing an abundance of faith in a woman, any woman, while you're gone. Which is sage advice for sure. But maybe once in a millennia, you have a shot at finding an extra special one. The kind who'll stay down an entire set, by which I mean will keep a few bucks on your books, pay you consistent visits, and send enough naked flicks to keep your balls from swelling to the size of melons. And if it's true there's something rare about a female who can do that once, imagine how sublime one is that manages any more than that. And peoples, please copy that. Please hold up on the hasty judgments. Yes, it's true. While I was gone, she might have gave away the goods, but it's also equally, if not more true, that my heart couldn't stand an investigation. With the hope that the light of my life is luring me upstairs for a shot of inspired hair, plus a skinny dip in her nexus, the welcome home combo of my star sprint dreams, I hustle behind her. We end up in the attic, all but insulated from the blare of the rig system and my loudmouth relatives below. Must be my mama that tucked my twin bed with hospital corners, retaped my yellow hoop posters, lay a towel atop my masticated chest of drawers, that sprinkled the shag carpet with powder. Lovely gestures, but not a one of them negate the fact that a grown-ass man has got no business calling this home. My woman don't so much as flash a tooth when I tell her much I missed her, when I ask where she was my last week's down. There's no easy way to say this, she says, and lets me drown in the very next moment. And peoples, listen, to hell with what you, them, anyone says. There are times when it pays to be tough as steel. There are times when no matter, we can't fake an armored heart. That's it.